All right, y'all. I'm back. Okay, so age of attraction. Okay, I'm on episode 2. So listen, um, John and Teresa ended up going into the promise room, right? And they had some really nice words they said to each other. They exchanged the rings. I love the fact that the rings are on the right hand and not on the left hand, right? Really, really like that because I mean, it's different. Like we're not rushing into no commitment after a few. Well, commitment, yes, as far as being dedicated to this experience and getting to know each other, but not like a Love Is Blind type of thing. But this is definitely giving a spin on Love Is Blind, okay? And what I noticed was that when she was sitting there waiting on him, I was like, I wonder if they're going to at some point make this a thing. Like, wonder whether or not the person that you want to move forward with is actually going to show up through the door. Because she seemed to be relieved that he walked through. I was like, okay, I wonder if they're going to make that a thing. But either way, all right, they get ready to, they exchange their rings, and it's her getting ready to let him know how old she is. Now, keep in mind, he told us how old he was at the end of the first episode down in the confessional, right? So, child, she told this man she 54 years old. I said, girl, what? It's giving you twice his age. Okay. And she learned that he was 27 and she was surprised. She was like, oh, I need to see your driver's license. Like, come on. That's when she ended up opening up about her kids, the ages. And she told him, I have a 29-year-old. My son is older than you. And I think he asked her if that scares her a little bit. And I can't remember what her response was to whether it scared her. But at the end of the day, they both are looking forward to moving on this journey together. And I have to say, knowing that she is 54 and he's 27, it did kind of make me look at him a little bit like, okay, so he's 27, she's 54. Like, does he really like her? Like, is he serious? Like, for real? Like, or is he just playing a game and he just went and attached himself to maybe an older, desperate woman potentially? Did he see her as maybe a sugar mama or something? He went up. So now I'll be honest, now that age comes into play, it kind of makes me be like, is he for real or what? Well, only time will tell. Right now, he does appear to be a very genuine guy, and the attraction to each other is very mutual. And I kind of like it. I like it. I liked it a lot in the beginning. I was hoping that he was much older than damn 27. Y'all know I was not willing to believe it. I said, oh, they like 10 years apart. Girl, I couldn't be more wrong. I couldn't be more wrong, girl. Try 27 years apart. What's going on? It's crazy. Isn't that crazy? He was 2 years old when she was having her other child, her 25-year-old. Like, my God, today. Woo, goodness. Y'all got to let me know your thoughts on this. Do you think they're going to make it? I feel like they might still end up making it. Because of how they kind of highlighted them at the top of the season. She was like the first person to open up the show talking. And they're heavily in the promo in my personal, but also I'm wondering, Sir John, are you going to want any kids at some point? You're only 27. Do you, and keep in mind, some people don't want kids at all. Is your mind going to change as her kids start having grandchildren? Okay. You're going to be like a young grandpa. I mean, do you want your own kids or not? Because, ma'am, she 54. She not for the hell no more. She like, I would think that she's done. All right, but all right, I'll be back. Let me get into more. All right, y'all. So now it's Feifer and Derek, and they're going on like a bike ride or whatever the case is. Okay, she's really liking Derek, but what we learned is that Derek got 2 kids, a 5-year-old and a 15-year-old. And so as they're sitting down chatting, she's talking about her family. She's very family oriented. She loves to travel. She talks a lot about her parents and her grandparents, I do believe. And so at one point, I was thinking that she was like in her late 20s, maybe. But the more she kind of talked about her family, made me think she may be in her early 20s. It's something about it where Feifer seems much younger than what it is that I am expecting. But when you look at Derek, you can't necessarily tell, but you kind of can tell that he's older. But when they have this sit down and they're talking, he does not tell her about his kids at all. He doesn't mention it. And I'm kind of like, before you take her to the promise room, I feel like she should know that you got some kids. But at the same time, I feel like he's not saying anything about the kids because he knows that it's likely going to give away his age as well, because he has a 15 and a 5-year-old. So, yeah. And if she is in her like early 20s, mid 20s, I don't know. Do you want to be a stepmom to a 15 and 5-year-old? And then the other question is, are they with the same person? Okay. Or do you have 2 separate moms for those kids is what I'm wondering, okay? Because she ain't gonna have to deal with one woman, but maybe two. So we'll have to see. I believe that he mentioned that he was married at once upon a time when he was much younger, and he may have been married for like what less than 5 years. They got a divorce, but I think he got two kids out of the situation. So but I don't know. He didn't really make that clear that he got two kids out of that situation. It just seems like he has a 15 and a 5 year old. So if you got a 15-year-old, I feel like the 15-year-old definitely makes sense with the one he was married to, because I don't think he was married to that lady long, he said. So then the 5-year-old would be with somebody else. Child, let me just keep watching, honey. Let me keep watching. Okay, I take that back because I don't know if this guy was ever married or not. So I don't know. Let's just remove the marriage out of it and just say that this man has two kids, a 15 and a 5-year-old. The question still remains whether it's with the same woman or two different women. So Jolene and Wes are over there talking, baby. She went and got her a real nice, comfortable seat on his lap. All right. You know, in the confessional, Jolene looks much younger than what she really is. But when she's sitting on his lap, she definitely looks older. All right. She did say that she was once married before and she did get a son out of the situation. Now, Wes tells her that he looks older than what he really is. And I'm like, okay, we're going to see. I hope so, because she definitely looks older. I'm looking forward to finding out what the age gap is between these two. But okay, girl. All right, y'all. So Jorge and my girl Vanel, they doing like this kind of like trusting challenge in the woods, which is, a bit nice. Okay. He said he wanted to show her his softer side, right? He doesn't really show that a lot because he feel like a lot of people don't protect that side of him. It's something about him saying that. It's like, why do people not protect that side of you? Maybe that's his way of saying, people like to take my kindness for weakness. Maybe that's his way of saying that. Maybe he really is a nice, kind guy. But I don't know. A person's energy bleeds off of them, right? And you can kind of tell that with Vanel. And then you also see that, and I think her other connection is Justin, right? I kind of really want her to go towards Justin more, but I don't know. We're going to have to see. All right. It's something about Jorge that makes me be like, what else you got up your sleeve? I feel like we seeing your representative. Like, what's up? What's good? Let me see. So I don't know. Hopefully he is a good guy. I don't know who she's gonna lean more towards, but I do think that after having this whole trip in the woods, I think she's taking more of a liking to him. But yeah, we about to see. Yeah, she really liking this man. Okay. He told her that she's his only connection, but he ain't put no pressure on her. And she over here like, I like when a man make it known that he wants me. And okay, he said, am I making it known? She's like, now you are, yes, yes. But of course, she knows her other connection is still in the back of her head, which is Justin. But she like, I mean, if I was really all in on him, that I wouldn't be still open to Jorge. But I also feel like she's open to Jorge more because that's what's normal for her. I think she often, in my personal, I could be wrong, dates other black men. You know what I'm saying? So, she may be open to a guy that's not black, but at the same time have never dated one before. So she might be a little like, I don't know. We're gonna see it. We're gonna see. I don't know. And then also, if her dad told her that he doesn't want her to bring home somebody that's I think it was her that said her dad doesn't want her dating a man that's like 10 years older than her or much older than her or whatever. I feel like if she were to do that, she might bring back the most impressive guy. And I cannot recall what Justin does, but obviously Jorge is like a criminal defense attorney. So I think she may be taking all of that into consideration when she does make her decision, but we'll see. Okay, y'all. I no longer think that. Well, I'm gonna say this: if Libby is a problem, I feel like she's not a problem by herself. It's something about Andrew that's irritated me. I feel like he already contradicted himself. Okay, he wants a certain type of woman, knowing that he has two children, but then you still going after the same type of women that you always go after. In addition to that, he says, that are health. Okay, maybe not healthy. Okay. In a sense, he said something like that, which basically gives me that these younger women that you date end up being toxic and you like toxic shit because you're a toxic man. And I don't know. He talking about he not going. He said, I mean, I'm enjoying Libby, so I'm gonna continue to get to know her, but it doesn't mean that I'm not gonna get to know other people in the process or whatever. And I'm just like, sir, bye. Bye. Because you definitely taking up all Libby's time, so Libby can't talk to nobody else. Like, that's the vibe that I'm getting right now. And I don't know. That's just how I feel in episode 2. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna like Andrew. So they might be a damn problem together. We shall see. Like, okay. And I want them to start having some other real conversations. Like, I don't give a damn about her past boyfriend. Like, have y'all had conversations about y'all families yet? Like, yeah, she knows that you have a daughter, but does she have like any siblings? Like, learn more about her. What are things that she likes to do? Da, da, da. Like, I don't know. I want to know more. It's giving real surface, and it's really giving that y'all have a sexual chemistry between each other. But once you guys cross those lines of being sexual, then what? Like, it's just something about the vibes. I don't like it, but let's keep going. Child Andrew done sat up here and told her how old his kids are. He said 14 and 12, baby. Girl, my girl Libby about girl blew back her gasket a little bit. Okay, when she found that out, my girl said, "Listen, I'm not that far from 14 my damn self." Okay, so that means you about in your early 20s. I mean, you act like it and you look like it. Like, I swear to God, I wouldn't be surprised if this girl was 21 years of age. I wouldn't be surprised if she was 19. I don't think Libby is older than 23 years of age, but if she say 25, then okay, maybe. Now, he looks amazing to me. I think Andrew is very handsome. However, you got some F-boy ways that still give college guy. It's something about it that still give college guy. Maybe it's the contradiction of it all, of you wanting to, have someone that's going to be great with your kids, but then also, you ain't ready to grow up at the same time. So I don't know what to make of Andrew, but Andrew gives me, he could be like about 36 or something like that. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I could see that. Maybe he had a child earlier like while he was in college and wanted to maintain being a great dad. And I also wonder for him, are they the same baby mama, or do you got two different ones? Like, what is Libby gonna have to deal with? And I appreciate Libby taking the grown woman approach based on what she said in her, her little diary session, child. She said that she needs to take a step back in a sense and like process it all, everything that he's saying, because again, she's not that far from that age herself. But yeah, really think about that. And Libby, I really wish that you had some other options and not just Andrew. Girl, I wish you was over there talking to some other folks. But we'll see. I mean, it's not over with yet. Maybe they'll reveal a connection at a later time, but it seems like people are settling into their connections already. So that's what makes me think she doesn't have any other options. But let's keep watching. Jolene, baby, pass that face routine over. Somebody go find Jolene online and tell her, I said, pass that routine over. Okay, I don't know how old this lady is, but I guarantee you when the camera angle hits her in one light, as she sat on his lap, you know she's older. At least that's my assumption, right? But when she get in these confessionals, baby, face looks snatched, tight. Pass the routine. Now, hand it over. Hand over the routine immediately. Okay, come on, ma'am. Child, we done met. I think his name is Chris. He like an equity advisor or whatever. Child, he coming in there introducing himself to us, giving some type of Italian playboy vibes that he got going on because he got his eyes on 3 different women. I fell away. But if my girl Vanel can have options, then obviously he can have options too. Like, that's the whole reason y'all are here. And I really want the ladies to expand on their damn options, because why he coming to us telling us he got 3 different ladies he looking at? Like, okay. Listen, my girl Jolene, she's so ready to find out how old are you. I want to ask you those questions, but I know we're not supposed to. He said, well, I can take you to the promise room. We can line it up like that real quick. Okay. He said, I'm with that. All right. I'm all in. And she's like, okay, that's cool or whatever like that. But like, what's your game plan? Okay, because you like to do immature things. Okay, you need to grow up a little bit more for me. But do you got you trying to sit up here and play on my top a little bit? Like, what you got going on? Okay, and he says in the confessional that his flirty nature about himself can be like a red flag to ladies or whatever. But what he says is genuine. I'm like, baby, only time gonna tell that as well as actions. But let me tell you something. When Wes was sitting down in this little diary session that he had with this hat flipped to the back, baby, I said, oh, Wes. Hey, Wes. uh, Girl, Wes is cute. However, the verdict is still out on you, okay? You better do my girl Jolene right. We watching you, Wes, with your little flirty self. Y'all, I really like Justin. Like, I want him and Vanel to connect. Like, it's something about their energy together versus her with Jorge. I want these two to connect. I'm hoping she chooses him. I don't know. Y'all, please let me know if you're feeling the same way. He just seems like a soft, sweet, gentle guy. He just got a different vibe. I don't know. I don't know. It's somebody. It's somebody. It's somebody. It's somebody the energy. Damn. It looks like my girl Vanel is leaning towards Jorge. Leaning towards Jorge. She's talking about the vibes that she had when she was over there with Jorge. She was giddy and nervous, but when she's with this guy, it's not quite the same. Right? She's not getting those same vibes, and she gets emotional because she's like, she ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings or anything. And the fact that she got emotional, I say, yeah, it's a wrap for Justin. You know, girl, sometimes that's what you need. Somebody that's different. Okay, that's what we've been over there trying to tell Andrew. Sometimes your type is the very problem and the very reason why you find yourself in this damn situation not being able to find nobody. Because you keep going for your damn type. You be going for what you want versus what you may need. Anyway. But yeah, Jorge may win. And if he does, that's fine. I just hope that it works. You know what I'm saying? I just hope that they both have a genuine connection and I start to like them the way that I like Teresa and John together. So we'll have to wait and see though. Also, can I say that I feel like Jorge may be a better option, I guess, because it doesn't seem like Vanel is really open to having children. It seems to me, even though she says if her partner wants them, she'll have them. If not, she doesn't. It's based on the partner. I think that she may know that Justin is more so leaning towards wanting children, so that may play a role as well in her choosing to go with Jorge if she does go with Jorge. But we'll have to see. Damn, y'all. It looked like at the end of this date, she done broke it off with him. She gave him a hug and everything, but he was over there looking around like, girl, don't give me this sympathy hug. Like, okay, you ain't got to feel bad for your decision. That's who you chose. You want to be with him, then it is what it is. Damn, I feel bad for Justin. I hope you do find your person. I hope you do find your person. And I hope they have a reunion for this show and you give us an update that you have found your person. Okay? Child, shout out to Vanessa. Shout out to Vanessa because she does let Chris know that he can continue to get to know other ladies. All right. So first of all, she was feeling real icky after the kiss that they had in the pool. So she was like, something about this is really off or whatever. So she pretty much says a lot of times when she meet guys, she feels like those guys do a lot of love bombing, right? And they throw everything in so fast in the very beginning, get real touchy feely, all this and that. And it never really works out for her ultimately. And I'm so glad that she was able to be very aware of that for herself, okay? And know that that's not how that's supposed to go for me. So she was like, it was giving red flag, red alarm, alert, cut him loose, right? So because of that, she goes, she meets with him and lets him know, like, let's continue to remain honest while we're here on the island. And I'm just gonna, or on the retreat, and I'm just gonna let you know, for the most part, like, you can go ahead and get to know other women if that's something that you want to do. And it seems like it is something Chris wants to do. I mean, Chris came to us talking about how he got 3 different ladies that he's interested in, right? So he's very well open to getting to know this. You know what I'm saying? Getting to know other folks. So so that's what's gonna happen. And I'm just like, kudos to her. Kudos to her for being aware of that and going on about his business. But I don't think she has any other connections there. So we'll have to see how this plays out. So this may have been the last time we saw her, but congrats, I guess. Baby, Libby and Andrew in this hot tub or whatever talking. Baby, I would be, shout out to y'all for maintaining y'all composure, because the way I would be hooping and hollering, the way that even though it's blurred, I still see something crawling in Libby's hair. The way that, as Andrew was talking about his relationships with his, or the relationship with his kid's mom, and how I see something crawling in the background and they had to hurry up and change the shot. I'm like, baby, listen, y'all don't get me the fuck up out of here. Okay? Hurry up. This whole hot tub scene was so fucking unnecessary. I'm sorry. Like, he ain't learning nothing about her, but he getting over there telling us that, oh, the more and more I'm getting to know her, I'm seeing a softer side and this and that. And it's like, no, you're not. I don't feel like you're asking no real questions. I'm just not seeing the connection. I see that there is a physical attraction to each other, but do y'all see it? Like, please let me know, because I could be overlooking something. Like, are we on the same page with it? Because I'm not seeing them. I feel like, yeah, you're finally talking about the kids' mom and stuff. It's the first time y'all having a real conversation. But when she was really finna get into some things, it looks like the fly was flying on her and he had to dust the fly. And then y'all keep throwing so much banter and jokes at each other. Y'all do that more than having serious conversations. So I don't know. Like, that's the basis of y'all relationship. Because when she's about to really open up, you crack a joke. When you was opening up, she crack a joke. And I'm just like, Okay, but you saying a softer side. It seems like you're saying the same damn side. The playful, fun side is what you're saying. But anywho, child. Child, now listen to me today, and continue to listen to me some more today. BLT, I was not expecting after this. I mean, I guess I was, but not so soon. Like after this conversation of y'all standing in this damn hot tub and not getting nowhere, that Libby and Andrew is headed to the promised room. What we doing? What is we doing? Girl, give my girl her free Libby. Child, they done revealed it. So Andrew ass is 38. Meanwhile, Libby is 22, as we likely expected. Hello? Because I didn't think she was older than 23. For real. And then he's 38, which makes sense around the age range that he was. I figured he was in his late 30s. But he gonna sit up here and say that she showed him a more serious side. No, she has not. I'm sorry, but she has not showed you no more serious side. At least we did not witness that. And then he's like, if you don't mind about my age, or if you don't mind the age gap, then I won't mind it either. Sir, you didn't give a damn when you found out she was 22 because you already knew that she was 22. In my personal, because he gave this reaction like, oh my God, like I don't know what he was doing, but you weren't blown away. You already knew that girl was likely under the age of 25 based on the conversations that y'all would have. And also, I had just realized this episode that this man is a bar owner. So with him being a bar owner, to me, I feel like he interacts with a lot of different women. And yeah. That's something to like keep your eye on, just a little piece, okay? Now I'm wondering, and what she should have been asking was, what was the cause of the breakup between you and your ex? That's what he should have been asking her. Why y'all had broke up? What had happened? What was you cheating? You being a bar owner, did you let that interfere or get in the way of your relationship? But Libby too young to be asking the real questions, child. But let's keep going. Child, Miss Vanel gonna sit up here and tell Jorge that she ready to be his ride or die. Okay, and then she almost said that she loved the damn man in the confessional and had to catch herself because he allows her to be herself. And she like, and I love who he is, or something like that. She said she had to catch herself. Girl, I know like hell. You don't love nobody but yourself. I know like hell, girl. Okay, so they done got to this promise room, and my girl Vanilla done decided to open up to Jorge and let him know, like, listen, I've been celibate. I've been celibate for some time, and I plan on continuing to do that. Okay, I wavered in the past with people that I was dating, and I'm not wavering anymore. So I just want to let you know, when you get with me, that's what you get in. He was like, okay, that's fine with me. Okay. Like if that's what you want to do, then I respect it. Is this something that I've been doing? No, I have not been doing. Okay. But if it's important to you, then it'll be important to me. And you don't ever have to like tense up or shy away. And I can appreciate that. He said, I see you getting a little nervous, but you don't have to do that. Say it with your chest. I said, I know that's right. I can appreciate that. Okay. Yeah, say it with your chest. And when she said it with her chest, I want you to just be able to take anything that she says moving forward. Okay. And y'all talk about it accordingly because you wanted her to say it with her chest. So I am liking that he gave her space to, say it with her chest, and for him to honor what it is that she says and also just abide by it. So we're going to see if he's going to try to pressure that on her at a later time. Hopefully not. But he's respecting where they are. So she's going to be waiting. She's not going to be she's going to be celibate until she marries. So we'll see how that plays out. Baby, listen. Vanel and Jorge done got down to the doggone promise room, okay? Vanel asked him about kids, right? It was something she wanted to address with him, so she asked him about the kids. Does he want kids? And he's like, of course I want kids, you know what I'm saying? But I want kids with my wife. I'm not anxious to have no baby mama or anything like that. So, we all good or whatever the case is, right? So she asked that question. Of course, we just talked about the celibacy because, of course, he was down for the celibacy and all of that, child. But listen, it's time for them to get into the age. It's time for them to get into their ages, honey. Baby, I ain't think they was gonna give us this in episode 2. I thought they was gonna wait till episode 3. But baby, they gave it to us in episode 2. And is y'all ready for this? For the people that have not seen it, baby, is you ready for this? I was not ready. Girl. Vanel is 27 years of age. Vanel, baby, you was given late 30s. Okay? And I appreciate that because people may think that I'm 27. Okay? Because y'all 27-year-olds over here looking a little older than what you is, honey. So if y'all look like that, then I know I could look like that too. You feel what I'm saying? Not older, but younger. Okay? So I appreciate that, but listen. Okay? She's 27 years of age. Baby, he was like, wow. wow, oh my God, wow. Like, you ready for me? You ready? Is you ready for me? You ready for me? Yeah, we ready. Like, what's tea? Like, what's going on? Okay. Baby, the way I thought this man was finna say something completely different than what the hell he let out his mouth. This man said, I'm 60. I said, where's the joke? I'm 60. I said, what to laugh at? Just joking. Like, no, he did not follow it up with the just joking, girl. This man is 60 fucking years old. I said, what in the entire First of all, let's get this out the way. Jorge looks great at 60 years old. I said that man took very well care of himself as he was coming up, okay? Working out, doing what he need to do, taking his vitamins, I guess, honey. Listen, Jorge looks great. At 60, I thought that man was finna say he was in his late 40s, maybe. Okay, maybe potentially early 50s, but it really was given he was in his 40s for me. Whole time, this man is 60 years old. Then my other thought went to, wait a minute, but you ain't got no kids. Do you got kids or you don't got kids? Because I thought that he said he got kids, because I know you ain't looking to have more kids, but want to have kids with your wife and you 60 years old. Okay, at that point, we got to stop, okay? And my personal, all right, you got to stop with that. But do you want more kids? What's going on with that? Did you have a wife? Have you never been married before? I'm trying to recall. So you made it all the way to the age of 60, no wife and no kids? It's very possible, people. Yes, it's very possible. But I'm like, Jorge, really? All right, then. Either way, girl, your daddy gonna kill you. Yeah, he is. Yeah, your daddy gonna kill you. Yes, ma'am. That man 33 years older than you, girl. Okay? Your daddy's gonna kill you. I need you to understand this on today. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. But y'all let me know if y'all mouths dropped like mine did, because I was shook. Okay? But that's all I got. Y'all make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, honey, and I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking the drama.